Welcome back. An international conference aimed at combating climate change has kicked off in Doha, Qatar. The Gulf state is hosting the 18th Annual Convention of Parties, or COP18 as it's commonly known. It's a gathering of about 200 countries around the world under the umbrella of the United Nations. They have to find some legally binding emission cuts and also find a global treaty to replace the existing Kyoto Protocol. Our correspondent Roee Ruttenberg is at the conference. He's been reporting on COP18, and this is the story he's filed from Doha.
They came from around the world to save the world, or so they say. Delegates from every corner of the globe meeting to discuss the damage done by a changing climate and exploring new ways and new commitments to stave off new damage.
The phenomenon of climate change is a common challenge for humanity. Therefore, we must work seriously in order to limit the negative impact of this phenomenon and to ensure a better future for us and future generations.
The timing is crucial, with the Kyoto Protocol, the first international agreement on a reduction in carbon emissions, due to expire at the end of this year, and poorer countries pressing richer ones to sign on for more. And some, perhaps most vocally the youth, say the world can't wait.
We make up half the world's population, and frankly, we're being screwed. We're being denied a future by a lack of ambition, a lack of vision, and governments that are far too beholden to the interests of big fossil fuel companies, big coal companies, the banks that fund them.
The sticking point is how the burden of reduction should be shared. Some say evenly based on population and production. Others say growth should be considered, fearing restrictive policies could stifle economic output. And how do you pay? Calls for funding an international green fund have failed to bring significant contributions that match significant commitments. Delegates have dubbed this the ambition gap. COP's outgoing president, who oversaw the convention last year in Durban, says that's not a problem.
That which gave people confidence is the launch of the Green Climate Fund and the work that we have done since the launch in Durban. We now even have a home for the Green Climate Fund, and we are talking about ramping up of the finance. As I said, we need to start seeing the cash coming in now.
The conference lasts for just under 2 weeks, and many will be watching to see if the big players here can agree on a new way to move ahead. But last week, one country, New Zealand, announced it's not signing on to an extension of Kyoto. For some, a bad start. For others, all the more reason to act, and to act quickly. Roee Ruttenberg, CCTV in Doha, Qatar.